Tonight's next inductee is George Smith.
George Smith. Smith graduated from Ohatchee High School in 1952. After attending Jacksonville State for several semesters, he was hired by the Anniston Star to work in its advertising department. He sold advertising during the day and on weekends began covering high school football games. Smith spent parts of 3 decades writing sports for the Anniston Star, most of that time while serving as sports editor from 1958 through 1977. He was a one-man sports department when he became sports editor in November 1958. He covered high school, college, and professional sports and wrote 4 columns a week. Smith was a familiar figure in high school sports venues across Calhoun County throughout the school year. He also made a point of visiting each school in his paper's 5-county coverage area at least once a year. As a result, high school coverage in the Anniston Star was second to none. During Smith's time as sports editor, he won several state writing awards from the Associated Press and was named Alabama's Sports Writer of the Year by the National Sportscasters and Sports Writers Association. The one-man department became a 5-person department. In 1974-75, Smith was the first president of the reorganized Alabama Sports Writers Association. Smith became a charter member of the Alabama Sports Hall of Fame's Selection Committee in 1969 and has served continuously in that capacity. In 1977, Smith's official connection to the Anniston Star's sports department ended when he became the paper's general columnist, a position he held for more than 30 years. He continued to follow sports and write about sports figures periodically in his general columns. In 2010, Smith received the Auburn Journalism Honors Award for Distinguished Alabama Community Sports Journalist. That same year, the National Society of Newspaper Columnists named him the recipient of its Ernie Pyle Legacy Award. Each award recognizes lifetime achievement.
The Board of Directors of the Calhoun County Sports Hall of Fame, pleased to welcome George Smith to this year's class.
Watch that show again and let's go home. How about that? That'd be easy on me. First of all, I can't see anybody, which is probably a good thing. You know, I have a family out here that I was hoping would have lights on because I'm awfully proud of them. The blonde is with me. Her name is Agnes Rice Smith. And I have absolutely no memory of her in the 6th grade. But from the 7th grade on, there's not many of her wiggles I didn't pay attention to. Boy, I'm dead, I'll tell you that. Let's see if I can even read this. The beginning of going after lookers such as Pena came from advice my grandfather gave me when I was about 14 years old. I had the fits, my hormones was raging, and I had discovered there was girls out there that were not my sisters. And Granddaddy sat me down one day, very handsome man, didn't say a lot, but you listened. He said, son, let me tell you something. Life is too short to mess around with an ugly woman. And the reason I wish we had lights, so you can see that I did exactly what my granddaddy told me to do. And also, Barry is here with his lovely bride, Susie. He did what his great-granddaddy told him to do. And then I have a couple of grandsons that's here with their wives. Ashley, from the exotic town of Andalusia, Alabama. And Melissa, who is married to Tyler. I can't even see him. I'll assure you both of them are lookers, and Cody, my third grandson this year, he's still on the loose. But he shows up with some good-looking ladies every now and then. Another reason, somebody's often asked how I got into journalism. Well, most people get into journalism and go to college, get a degree at the University of Alabama, go to Missouri, become a professor, all that sort of highfalutin stuff. Well, the way I got into journalism, I'm shooting 9-ball one day at the smokehouse with a buddy of mine. He was a copy boy at the Anniston Star. After about 5 years of chasing the blonde, she says, if we're going to get married and quit this court, I've got to have a regular job. And shooting food and doing carpet work's not going to get it. So talking to my buddy, and he's copy boy at Star, and I'm telling him I need a regular job. He said, well, I'm going to the Blackbird to be a printer. You get my job as copy boy. I said, let's finish the game of 9-ball, and then we'll go see about it. I had him beat. I wasn't about to quit till I won. So anyway, that's how I ended up to Star. I sold advertising for a while, and I started helping all Talks on the side. And I knew that Paul was leaving. Boy, did I want out of that advertising department. I went into the toy shop. And we were in the old building on 11th Street, and Colonel Ayers, he was a publisher, and he didn't even know my name, even though my desk was right outside his office. Been out there 3 years. So he stops by my desk one day and he says, son, and the colonel liked to do this. He says, he's a great man, he really was. He says, you think you could have our sports job if you had to? Boy, of course, that time I'm on my knees. Assured him that I could. He rocks the kid, he looks down and says, well, it may become necessary. So that's how I got into journalism. And of course, you had to learn how to type. That, of course, that goes back to my wife. I took typing in the 9th grade just because she was in there. I wanted to be near her. I made an A+ in typing and a flat F in court. But it came out all right. Also here tonight are some years of mine, my sports writing years back there somewhere. John Pruitt, Austin Times. Jimmy Smothers, Gadsden Times, and Clyde Bolden, my hero from the Birmingham News. The great thing about being inducted in this hall tonight is I get a ring. And now when I see Clyde, I won't have to be allowed to kiss his ring. He's always been aware. I remember one time we were at Daytona, the Daytona 500, and Bobby Allison's sponsors held a wine and cheese party for Bobby over at Daytona Plaza, which was the place back there. So we climbed right out of there. Free drinks, free food. That'll hit the expense account. So we walk in, and here's all these blue people standing around. The guys got the white bow ties on top of white shirts, which ain't country. And the ladies have got the low-cut dresses, and they got these gowns with their slits up to their hip bone, you know. And they're holding their wine and all that sort of stuff, and we head for the bar. I says, why don't we get this bartender? Can I help you, sir? Yeah, I'd like a glass of red dagger. The bartender looked at Clyde and said, you from Birmingham, ain't you? That's a true story, true story. Also here tonight, members from my church, my pastor's out there, bless his heart. I guarantee you, he's glad the lights are out. I will tell you this, either he's getting better or I'm getting used to it. I'm having just one nap on Sunday morning. Brother Norton, it's good to have you here. Helen Haley's here, PIR pianist. Sandra Triplett, who can sing with anybody in America's here. She's our choir director. And we're a small church, but we like what we've got. On a serious note, I do want to thank the board for electing me in this. And I understand it was pretty close until the results came in from Edgemont Cemetery. Seemed like there at Edgemont precinct by about 59 votes. Let's see. Chris know the years that I was the sports department and then just a sports writer, sports editor for the paper was absolutely the glory years in Calhoun County sports. I loved the neighborhood fights. You don't have that now. State playoffs and reclassifications is kind of thrown down a little bit, I think. I remember one of the really great nights was Old Hatchie, my alma mater, upset Weldon at Weldon, 6-0. I covered the game. As soon as the game was over, somebody put a wreath in the middle of the field. All bleep rolled loose. I said, aren't you going down there? That's your alma mater. I said, I'm going to my house. But I'm the toughest working, and until midnight, I hear sirens headed towards Weldon. And still breaking up fights out there. And I hate to puncture Ed Dupree's ball just a little bit. He thinks all these people of Weldon are here tonight but him. They're here for me. Nobody hated me with quite the passion that Weldon did. On no less than 2 occasions, they sent delegations to see Randy Harris get me fired. I had an edge. Randy couldn't hire anybody else as cheap as he had me. But I do want to say there's another couple out here tonight. Bill Sanguinetti and his lovely bride, Elise, that means so much to me and my family, the Harris family. They hired me, and then they passed up at least 50 opportunities to fire me. They kept me around, they treated me, it's family, they call it Mother Consolidated. And that's exactly what it is. It's a great newspaper, and you may not like us, but we're yours, and we love you. I've got to wind this down somewhere because Joe West have his jerking in my pants with it. Which is a little unfair. I asked him to sign his picture in my program. And I thought I'd give an extra 5 minutes, but I was not having his jerking my leg again. Anyway, people, I'll not forget coming in here tonight and walking up through here. You are family to me. I know just about every one of you. And it was absolutely wonderful. It's something I'll never, never forget. Here tonight, outside that 9th grade typing class, and some miserable hours in the RMC delivery room. It's a pretty special night. And I thank you so much for what you've meant to my life and my family. May God bless.